Cognitive Dissonance, Part 2. So the question today is, how do we align what we want to what we say and what we do? So in the first video, I explained what cognitive dissonance was. The theory was created by Leon Festinger in 1957, stating the cause of disharmony in an individual is when their actions are not aligned with their beliefs, values, and or thoughts. So this can show up in many ways. In one way, it can be a person choosing a political candidate that does not match the values that they say they hold, or the beliefs that they say they have of everyone being equal. After that decision is made, it can show up, the dissonance can show up in feeling the remorse. And or fixing that, it can be doubling down on that decision, right? Or changing behaviors ongoing. This can also show up in ways of self-abandonment and self-sacrifice. For example, I value myself, my time, and my energy. And my actions are, I spend about 90% of the time with everyone else. With my partner, with my child, at work, with friends, whatever it is. Right? Leaving only space for minimum recovery, for self-connection, and that can leave you feeling drained, right? That discomfort of being drained, of feeling like I give everyone my time and energy and no one gives me anything. Or it can look like setting boundaries and then setting routines around those boundaries. We get to choose. Page turn. And I do not pick fights. I enlighten. So now we ask again, how do we align our actions with what we say and what we believe? Step 1. When making any decisions, small or little, small or big, we ask them out loud. Is this action aligned to who I say I am, to what I desire for my highest good? When you sit and you let yourself answer that question, whether that be verbal, whether that be a inner knowing, right? We know, and we get to choose. Step 2. Now I want you to write down 3 values that you hold or practice. If you can't think of values, you're like, what did I? Google values. It'll bring up a slew of lists of different values that one could have, one could hold and practice, right? So, for examples, family, independence, and peace. So now I want you to write down the ways that you uplift, practice, or hold space for each of those values. And be truthful. Lies only hurt ourselves, right? So step 3, now I want you to review and reflect on the values that you wrote down and the ways that you uphold that. And if you are unable to come up with ways, whether that be activities or actions, I want you to write down at least one value and one way of upholding that from now on. And creating a routine around it daily. Don't overthink it and don't overcommit. So family, if you value family, the action could be spending a few minutes a day or saying a compliment to a family member, looking up an interest of theirs and then speaking about it to them. Can be anything.